Call Austin for some slack.
Yo, what is up guys? And the question today is, will the Straw Hats get a bounty increase after Whole Cake? Now, a lot of people have made videos about how much their bounties will be after Whole Cake if the government does plan to increase their bounties, but there's a chance that they will not get any bounty increases after this arc, but more so after the events of Wano Kuni and the stuff with Kaido. But I don't necessarily agree with that, because given what the Straw Hats have shown and accomplished in this arc, a bounty increase would be great, as their current bounties doesn't really reflect on how capable the crew is right now. Now, there's strong hints here and there in this arc that it indicates why they should get a bounty raise. Not only have we seen how much stronger the Straw Hats have become, but also how dangerous they are even to a Yonko's crew. The fact that no other supernovas even got to see Big Mom's face, and the Straw Hats with barely half their crew was able to take down one of Big Mom's commanders, speaks volumes of how dangerous the Straw Hats are now. And not only that, they also managed to take down the stronghold of a Yonko. That's like the Straw Hats going to Wano Kuni and destroying Kaido's favorite castle or something. Now mind you, this is just several weeks in the new world. So what the Straw Hats have done so far is crazy with just half of their crew. Imagine if the entire crew was here, things would have gone a lot smoother for them. So with this, I definitely think that the Straw Hats do deserve a bounty raise. Now there's two important characters that could make this possible. One is Big News, you know, the news guy. We know during the events of the Tea Party and when Luffy was going at it with Big Mom, this dude was spazzing out and couldn't wait to tell the big news to the entire world. And then we also have CP0 member Stussy, who has seen or knows somewhat how dangerous the Straw Hat pirates are, given what they did at, you know, the Tea Party, and given the fact that they were capable of causing so much trouble in the stronghold of a Yonko. So she could be one of the individuals who could report the events that happened at Whole Cake, and this may cause the Navy to raise the bounty of the Straw Hats. Or Big News could be the other element. Again, at this point, after seeing how capable the Straw Hats have become, a bounty raise is essential, especially for Nami and Brook, because those two are clearly MVPs of this arc, and also a big boost for Luffy. Obviously, this man, because not only did he take out one commander, he might take down Big Mom's strongest commander as well, and he might potentially get a crazy power up for his next arc. So he's getting stronger and stronger at this point, which is huge. 500 million doesn't really represent what Luffy is right now, truth be told. So this is definitely huge at this point, given what the Straw Hats have done. The accomplishments are crazy. It would be crazy not to give them a bounty raise, even if it's not a big, you know, a big boost. And this is backed up by the fact that we have two individuals who have ties with the world government that could report how dangerous the Straw Hats are, and other allied captains have become, including people like Capone and, you know, Jinbe. First, we're going to start with the captain, and now I have Luffy at 600 million berry bounty. Now Luffy has crazy feats in this arc, one of them being that, you know, he has the manpower to tussle and defeat a Yonko commander. Now granted, Luffy did have help during his fight, well, you know, with Nami in the rain, but regardless, it was still impressive on Luffy's part. Then we have Jinbe joining the crew again, which ties to what Mihawk said at Marineford, that Luffy has this vibe that attracts people to him. So gaining more allies means the Straw Hats are becoming stronger and stronger, and this is bad news for the world government. And there's also a chance Luffy might take down Katakuri, who is essentially the stronghold of the Big Mom pirates at this point. Again, the way the story is going is set up in a way that Luffy will win or should win against Katakuri if that happens, that would be a massive boost for Luffy's reputation as a pirate. Now mind you, this is a week after beating Doflamingo, so they know Luffy is out here to just cause trouble basically. So with that, I think Luffy's bounty will be around 600 million, close to Sabo, to even it out. You know, even though Sabo is his big brother, this would kind of push a sense of rivalry between them once again, like they were back when they were kids. Then we have Sanji at 377 million. Now one thing we know after this arc is that Sanji's bounty poster name will be changed to Vince Smoke Sanji, which may give him an increase in bounty because of whatever relation he might have with German 66, since they are technically a country that is well versed in technology. And to be honest, Sanji deserves a bounty raise. Like, this man has essentially had the same bounty ever since Enies Lobby, you know, just 50 million higher. So I think it's time he gets a bounty raise, and I agree with Roger that, you know, Zoro and Sanji will have bounties that are close to that are very close to kind of push the idea of again, rivalry that these guys have had ever since the start of the series. Now while Zoro has 320 million, we have to realize that every Straw Hats that wasn't involved in this arc will also get a 50 million increase, a bounty increase, just like they did at Dressrosa, except Chopper for obvious reasons. So Zoro's bounty would also be at 370 million like Sanji. Again, that puts more emphasis on them, you know, both of them being rivals. And Sanji is basically going to have, you know, 377 million. And Roger did say this in this video where, you know, Zoro is going to get pissed off that Sanji has a higher bounty than him. I can see that being a gag when they arrive at Wano Kuni and Zoro sees Sanji's poster. Then we have Brook, and I have Brook at 133 million. Now Brook is clearly one of the MVPs of Whole Cake arc. Now even though Brook took one of Big Mom's poneglyph, now this is a feat that would only be recognized by the members of the Straw Hats and no one else really, so it's not something that would be taken into account when it comes to his new bounty. But apart from that, Brook has proven himself to be really impressive this arc, so I think he gets a 50 million increase. Again, the world government aren't really gonna know that he has, you know, he took one of the poneglyphs, but yeah, so Brook's bounty at the end of this arc will be 133 million, you know, just a 50 million increase. Then we have Nami, and I have her at 116 million berries. Again, Nami showed crazy feats in this arc, just like Brook, but we have to realize that just like Brook, their bounties have to get recognized by the world government. I don't think Big News and Stussy are watching the Straw Hats 247. So again, Nami is, again, she's clearly one of the MVPs of this arc, just like Brook. She's going to get the Brook treatment as well, also a 50 million increase. So her bounty will go up from, what was it, 66 million to 116 million, which is a 50 million bounty increase. Again, I think this is the way they're going to do it, given the fact that their feats are not something that was observed by other people, so it's kind of hard to judge them. So I think they will, both of them, Nami and Brook, would have a 50 million bounty increase. Then we have Chopper. We don't even need to talk about Chopper at this point because Oda has this gag with Chopper where he's viewed as a lowly pet of the Straw Hats, so I think he gets a 50 bounty increase. So Chopper's bounty after Whole Cake will be 150. Man, Chopper never gets the respect he deserves because his feats, his arc was pretty good, you know, and honestly I think Chopper's bounty should be over 100 million at this point, so that's just crazy for Chopper. But yeah, Chopper is GOAT. Finally, we have Jinbe, a new addition to the crew, which means the stronger the Straw Hats become, and the more stronger the Straw Hats become, the more problem it is for the world government. And Jinbe is a renowned pirate, arguably the strongest fisherman on the water, which is so handy for the Straw Hats if they ever get into the sea fights. And at this point, there isn't anyone else better to join the crew more than Jinbe. He's literally the perfect addition to the crew, being a helmsman that he is, and a good advisor to the, you know, the captain himself, Luffy, because Luffy definitely needs some advising because this man, he doesn't know what he's doing. Now we don't exactly know how much Jinbe's bounty is as of right now, but we do know it's over 400 million, so his new bounty could range from like 500 million to 550 million berries, but you know, who knows. And every other Straw Hat in the crew will get a 50 million increase just for being a part of the crew, just like what happened at Dressrosa, where everyone else got a, you know, 50 million increase, even though they weren't really involved in the turmoil that was Dressrosa. So Zoro will be at 370 million, Robin 180 million, Frankie 144 million, Usopp at 250 million. Again, there is a chance that they might not even get a bounty increase after this arc, but if they do, this is my 2 cents. Again, comment down below what you guys think, like the video if you liked it, subscribe to Ferro, hit the notification bell if you want to get notified for future content on this channel. It is Ferro, guys, and I will see you folks later. Peace.